I talk a lot about goal setting and doing things to reach our goals. And here we are at the end of the calendar year. A lot of times people are reflecting back on their year and they're thinking about setting some goals for the next year. And so I started thinking about, well, but what if we don't reach our goals? How should we respond? Let's talk about that today. Hey, Teachable Spirits, I'm Pam. And I give pep talks, not TED Talks, but pep talks. Today is day 84 of 100 days of posting, the last 100 days of 2024. Chances are, if you're watching this channel, then you are a goal setter. You like to work on improving your life, making your space better, your finances better, improving yourself in various ways. And so you're probably like setting goals and trying to do things, but have you reached them all? Of course not. Of course not. We're human. And so the first thing that I want to let you know is that if you do not reach a goal, don't beat yourself up. Okay? I want you to see every experience as a learning experience. That's why I call you a teachable spirit, is because you have an attitude of growth mindset and that you are willing to learn from things that go well and things that don't. So if you don't reach your goal, then I want you to just kind of give yourself grace and stop and think about, so what happened? It's possible that the goal was just too big for the time that it was given. It's possible that the length of time was not right. Maybe it wasn't long enough to reach that goal. Maybe it was actually too long and you just kind of floundered because it was too long. Maybe it would have been better to break the goal up into smaller goals and than to try to accomplish those in smaller segments of time. I like to divide my year up into quarters based on the 12-week year book. And so I actually don't think in terms of like a whole year usually. I'm thinking in terms of just a quarter. So maybe your time frame was just too long and you felt like, "Oh, I've got all this time to do this thing," and then all of a sudden the time is gone. Maybe circumstances happened. Things always come up that we're not expecting. Maybe health things happened, or something happened with the weather, or something in your family, or something with your job. Maybe you took on a different job and it turned out to be more, make you more busy than you were before. So you didn't have as much time. Maybe you took on an extra ministry at church that you hadn't been planning on. So when we set goals, we don't have a crystal ball. We can't see the future. And so we're just kind of like acting in faith that we're going to be able to do these things, but we don't know what's going to happen. And that's okay. It shouldn't stop us from setting goals and working toward them. It's just reality. So being real, giving yourself grace. I also want you to give yourself grace because I want you to look at the progress that you made. You may not have been able to complete the whole thing, whatever your goal was, whether it was to lose a certain number of pounds or to run a marathon or to finish a quilt. But did you make progress on that goal? Remember, progress is still progress, no matter how small. Okay. Did you get all the squares cut out for your quilt? Did you run a half marathon? Did you succeed in at least running 5 days a week? Did you maybe run a 5K? And so focus on what you did accomplish, and then let's regroup. What worked? What didn't work? And try not to get too emotional about it because it is what it is. Beating yourself up about something is not helpful. The end goal is not everything. It's what you accomplish and learn along the way. So after you've kind of looked back at acknowledging that life happened, or that maybe it was too big, or just who knows, there was some reason it was too big, too hard, too long, too short, whatever. You have acknowledged it. Look at what could be done differently. Do you need to set a different goal? Do you need to set a different time period? Do you need to subdivide it into smaller goals? Do you need to seek help? Do you need a coach? Do you need more education about whatever it is? Is there a course that you could take that would help you? Is there a book that you need to read? Do you need an accountability partner? Maybe you need a personal trainer. Reach out to those who can help you if you feel like you need it, and that would really help you to accomplish your goals. So I'm standing here by my treadmill because this was a goal that I've talked about for quite some time, like pretty much the entire life of my channel so far. It's now 84 days old. um, One of my first videos, I was walking on the treadmill, and I talked about how I had committed to walk on the treadmill every single day from when I saw a friend at a seminar. We do seminars together, and I saw her in July, and I wasn't going to see her again until early October. And I decided that from the last seminar in July until I was going to see her again in October, I was going to walk on the treadmill every single day for 20 minutes. And I actually, from those 2 points, I actually did walk on it every day except for one day when I was sick. And I gave myself grace that it would probably be better just to rest than to try to push myself to even just do that little bit. Then Hurricane Helene happened, and she was unable to make the trip physically to be with me for the seminar. Um, we were able to meet online, but I then decided that I would keep on going until I actually was able to be with her physically in the same room again. And this weekend, the seminar came around again, and I was able to be with her again. However, I did not make it on walking every single day. I did great up until the point when we went on our trip to celebrate my parents' 50th anniversary. I walked the morning that we left on the trip, and I certainly could have walked the other days. All the hotels we stayed in had exercise rooms, they had treadmills. I could have done it. I could have done it. But I decided that I was going to give myself grace and just not worry about that, not make that a focus, not because I really want to just focus on my family and the details of the celebration. And so and there was a lot of travel involved. And so I just said, you know what, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to walk every day except for the days that we are away. We came back the day before Thanksgiving. And so then it was Thanksgiving. And then it was the day after Thanksgiving, and we were decorating for Christmas, and things really started rolling very quickly because, as you are all aware, this is a very short Christmas season, it seems like, because Thanksgiving was so late. And I just ended up not, there were days that it just didn't happen. I think I've walked on the treadmill just once since we came back. I mean, since I left for that trip. That was in goodness, that was nearly almost a month ago now. um, so yeah, so I had an interruption in my life, and it kind of threw me off course. It threw me off my my routine. Something else was that I really wanted to encourage my husband with exercise. and get him to do it too with me. Um, but that limited the time frame when I could exercise. If I'm needing to do it at the same time as him, there's a exercise bike right here, right next to my treadmill, and that's what he does. And so it's like times that I thought about doing it earlier in the day, he was at work. So I was like, oh, I can't do it now because he's at work. And so I'll just wait and do it later. Later would come, things got crazy. I was very tired, and I'm just like, just never mind. So the circumstances had changed over um, the time of this commitment to this habit. So it's okay. It's okay. I'm going to give myself grace. And um, so now it's like kind of like a reset time. What should I do now? Should I hop back on the treadmill? Well, I've got till tomorrow to think about it because that'll be starting kind of like restarting the clock on the next time that I'll see my friend at another seminar, which I think is in February. So, yeah. So that's just, just one example of how, maybe we set a goal, and a goal might be a habit, like something that we are committing to do every day. And so I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I can certainly focus on the progress that I made. I mean, every 3 days that I was walking 20 minutes, that was an hour on the treadmill. And so every week I was getting over 2 hours of walking that I had not been getting previously. And you might think 20 minutes, what good is that going to do? Well, if you're not doing anything, it's going to do a whole lot. And so I I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do. We do have January coming up, which is kind of a restart time anyways. I may just say, you know what, I'm going to relax the rest of December and not worry about it. Um, because I really need to think about what I want to focus on. I don't want to make a commitment that is going to conflict with that. So, yeah, so right now I'm in the process of just kind of like evaluating and like refocusing to, is this what I want to keep on doing? Or do I need to set a different goal, a new challenge? My 100-day challenge of posting videos every day is going to end very soon. I can't believe it. And just, oh my goodness, just like 2 weeks, something like that. Maybe a little bit more than 2 weeks. And so I need to figure out what I'm going to do next. So, um, yeah, I might just take the time when I would have walked to do some pondering about that. I do love challenges, and I find that that is a really good way to like work on habits and to set goals, is to just do something for a limited time. It's like I can do anything for this amount of time. This might not be fun, but I can do this for this many days because it's it's only for that many days. I can do this for this many days. And then I might not do it again, but I have at least learned something from it. So, anyways, I do want to encourage you that if you have not reached your goals, whatever kind of goals they are, whatever it is that you want to learn or do, maybe you wanted to declutter your house and you only got through a couple of boxes. Hey, that's 2 boxes that you didn't have gone through before. And so be thinking about what is a reasonable, doable goal or habit that you could start. It really is better to just spend like literally 5 minutes a day on whatever the thing is and make it a habit, because habits just becomes part of your life. So anyways, goals, habits, you don't reach them, it's okay, because you have learned something and made some kind of progress. So, speaking of habits, for each of these 100 days, I have been practicing 3 habits with you and inviting you to join me. And so, for our first habit, I want to express gratitude. We just set my notes over here and grab my gratitude chain link for today. And so, I want to say that I am thankful that I got to see. Getting to see my friend again that I have mentioned many times, who I do these seminars with, and it was so good to see her again and to hug her neck. Second habit that we are practicing is breathing. So let's breathe in for 4, hold 4, out 4, hold 4. Here we go. Great. That was 3 deep breaths. And then lastly, we are going to drink some water together. So if you need to go get some water, then pause the video and come on back. We'll drink some water together. Here we go. Okay. I want to thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.